Ranked. The 8 Premier League teams with the lowest scores in history. City's last goal, a winner against Everton at the weekend, brought them halfway to a milestone that every relegation-threatened team should probably have on their list. UC have scored 10 goals this season. The lowest ever tallied for a team in one season stands at 20, so while the Canaries are targeting survival, getting over 20 goals has to be the first marker on the checklist. There are some low scorers on the list who have gone down in Premier League history, too. Bradford City managed just the 30 strikes in 2001, with Leicester City matching that tally in 2001-02 before QPR hit 30 in 2012-13. West Bromwich Albion, Watford and Sunderland all scored 29 when they got relegated, with Birmingham City, Middlesbrough, and Burnley all missing out on this list with 28. We start at the 27 club. Aston Villa, 27. Undoubtedly the most miserable season in Aston Villa's recent history. 2015-16 brought new depths for the former European Cup winners, punctuated by Jack Grealish partying, Remy Gard's failures and Captain Jolien Lescat pocket tweeting photos of his new car. An unhappy campaign for Brummies. Villa's top scorer that season in the league was Jordan Ayew with a measly 6 strike. Rudy Gestede was the only other player to hit over 5, with Grealish and Gabriel Agbonlahor managing 1 apiece. Middlesbrough, 27. A second entry on the list already for a squad containing Adama Traore. The muscly Spaniard managed 0 goals across both of the campaigns in question. Wolverhampton Wanderers are similarly shot-shy this season, too, with just 17 at the time of writing, and Adama only managing 1 goal all term. Still, this wasn't just the oiled-up winger's fault. Big names like Victor Fisher, Patrick Bamford and Alvaro Negredo were brought in to address Boros' faults in front of goal. Negredo managed an admirable 9 and Bamford just the 1, as Eider Karanka led the side to relegation. The Weirsiders were actually not too awful defensively, but those 6-1-0 losses cost them dearly in the fight for survival. Sunderland, 26. Sunderland famously relied on the brilliant Kevin Phillips, striking 30 goals on his lonesome when they were promoted to the Premier League in 1999. That's 4 more goals than the team managed collectively when they left the top flight in disgrace 6 years later. Goals were equally shared out among the Black Cats, with Anthony Letalek top scoring with 5. Dean Whitehead in midfield managed 4, as the northeastern outfit spent 33 out of 38 match days nailed to the bottom of the Premier League. A campaign to forget. City, 26. 11.5% of Norwich's goals in 2019-20 came against Manchester City in one match. That early season clash convinced many that Teemu Pukki and co. were on the right track for a healthy season, but things went down south pretty soon after. Pukki scored 11, Todd Cantwell 6 and no one else in the squad managed more than 1. The Canaries only scored in 16 games that season, a far cry from the previous season in the Championship, when Daniel Farke's side walked the league, netting 93 in the process. Huddersfield Town, 22. Huddersfield's sophomore season in the big time was depressing. 3 wins all season. The Terriers managed just 6 points from December 1st onward. Unsurprisingly, they finished bottom. Top scorer, Carlin Grant, struck 4 times to win the club Golden Boot but joined 25 games into the doomed campaign. Sunderland, 21. The aforementioned Kevin Phillips still holds the record for most goals in a single season for an English player, with 30. He fired Sunderland into Europe in 2000. Managed 113 in 2008 for the club and sits 37th in the all-time scorers list. But even he could only muster a meek 6 goals in 2002-03. As the Black Cats fell off a cliff face into the second tier. Tor Andre Flo, 2, had 50 goals in 4 seasons for Chelsea but could only hit 4 league goals at Sunderland that season. Marcus Stewart reached 19 for Ipswich 2 seasons prior but scored just once for Sunderland in 2002-2003. How a team of players who very clearly knew where the net is just totally forgot that year. We'll never know. Derby County, 20. The poster boys for Premier League poorness, Derby County's fabled 2007-08 yielded just 1 win and 11 points, as the Rams crashed out of the top tier in spectacular fashion. Kenny Miller's 4 goals were enough to claim the top scorer spot that season. Only 4 times did Derby score 2 goals in a game, 22 times they didn't score at all. as the hapless basement boys shipped 89 in the league. Dear Sheffield United, 20. The first season that Sheffield United were back in the Premier League with Chris Wilder, they were wonderful, difficult to predict, even harder to defend against when the overlapping fullbacks did their thing. They had 12 different scorers that year. The following season, the Blades' top scorer, David McGoldrick, managed 2 more goals than the previous season's Ollie McBurney. But only McGoldrick, Billy Sharp and Jayden Bogle managed to score more than 1 goal. New record signing, Ryan Brewster, went all season without a single goal. It's a curious drop but a lesson to everyone not to take goals for granted when you're in the Premier League. You never know when they might dry up. Subscribe to 442 today and get 3 issues for £3. Restock your kit bag with the best deals for footballers on Amazon right now. Also read List Football Manager 2022. All the 22 Wonder Kids you'll need to sign. Talent FIFA 22, the 150 best Wonder Kids in the game.